Now back.
Hey there, I'm Josie. Today we've learned a lot about American Indian culture, from their history to the ways they gathered food. Now it's time to see exactly why Mother Earth is so important to them and what they're doing to help preserve and nourish her. Come on!
One of the main food sources for American Indians is wild rice, which grows in shallow waterways.
Take a look behind me. This used to be a cranberry bog, but after a lot of hard work, it's been converted into a wild rice bed. This conversion will now provide food for humans and several other species of waterfowl.
Believe it or not, wild rice beds are a great place for bird watching. The wetlands surrounding the marshes provide a natural habitat for more than 200 species of wildlife, many of them birds. Just listen to all the sounds of nature. Bald eagles, sandhill cranes, and the great blue heron are just some of the birds that sometimes make their homes on these wetlands.
So why is it important to maintain these natural resources? Well, I just named one reason: bird watching. All of Mother Earth's creatures need a healthy habitat to live in. The conversion of these bogs to wild rice beds will have many positive environmental benefits. It will provide a source of food for waterfowl and other wildlife, and it will provide seed for other wild rice areas. Wild rice is also an important native food source, so adding more seed beds will mean more food for them as well. I'm here with Brett McConnell, who knows all about what's happening with the conversion. So Brett, why was it important to make this area into a wild rice bed?
Well, historically, this watershed had some of the largest wild rice stands in North America. And the Lacuna people, wild rice plays a central role in their traditions, their spirit, and their culture. Over the last couple decades, tribal members from LCO have had to travel further and further away from their own reservation to find wild rice. It's been one of the key things for the Tribal Council and the general membership here to try to reestablish more wild rice closer to home on the reservation in areas where it always has been.
So what did you have to do to convert this area from a cranberry bog to a wild rice bed?
What we've done is we've taken out all the dikes and altered the ditches, and we've come up with a plan to create the whole entire 44-acre complex into wild rice. What we're going to be using it for is not only a source of food and a place for tribal members to harvest the wild rice, but we're also going to be using it as a seed bank for other areas of the reservation that historically did produce wild rice.
That's pretty neat. So wild rice is still an important food source for humans and animals.
Yes, it is.
Now I see why it's so necessary to restore the entire habitat. Thanks for explaining it.
Hey there, CJ again. Did you know that converting a bog into a rice bed doesn't just end with planting seeds and watching them grow? As the habitat changes, so do the creatures that take advantage of it. And that's where little human ingenuity comes in handy. If you look around at a newly converted wetland area, you'll see several birdhouses. As you can imagine, newly converted habitat means there is a big chance that waterfowl won't have any place to roost. Building homes to help them get established will allow the whole ecosystem to thrive. Boy, if I had a place like this, I'd like to stay in here too. Guessing they won't make one in my size though. Oh well.
Maintaining waterways is crucial because fish need clean water and healthy environments to live in. I'm here with Larry Aronowitz, who's going to tell us about how to maintain native fish populations. So Larry, how do we maintain our native fish populations?
Well, we have a tribal natural resource department in Lac du Flambeau, and one of the things that we try to do here is to maintain clean air, water, and land. And one of the things that our management program does is try to keep away aquatic invasive species like purple loosestrife and Eurasian milfoil.
What are some plants that grow in the water?
Well, plants that grow in the water, one that's culturally significant to the Lac du Flambeau band of Lake Superior Chippewa Indians is wild rice, monomen. It is a very important plant that lives in our waters, and we try to maintain that by keeping out aquatic invasive species, for example, such as purple loosestrife or Eurasian milfoil. So it's very important for us to be able to to make sure that the public knows that they need to be able to keep those kinds of plants off their boats and motors when they go from lake to lake.
Excellent. Thanks for the information.
I hope you enjoyed learning about our sacred earth, and I hope you do your part to help protect her. See you again next week as we head into the outdoors.
The following organizations have provided funding for this Into the Outdoors television series.